story has gone viral recently of people claiming to have seen 8 to 10 foot tall beings walking around at the Bayside Marketplace in Miami, Florida. The official narrative here is that what really took place is that some kids were getting in a fight and then some supposedly lit off fireworks, which led to the response of 60 to 70 police cars, something way abnormal, something we don't even see at some of these even larger events that take place. Some people have come out and given testimonies to the things they've seen, and there is footage of a being that people are claiming to have been walking around, taken from a helicopter. First, let's look at the mainstream story and see what they're saying took place.
On New Year's Day, there was a massive police response in downtown Miami. More than 50 young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also setting off fireworks, causing chaos.
So now people are posting online saying that police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather 8 to 10 feet tall shadowy aliens. Conspiracy theories are saying a big creature could be seen standing in front of the entrance to the shopping area, Bayside.
There were reports that power outages were taking place and the airport was shut down for a time, but the Miami Police Department came out and said that those claims weren't true. This does seem like an unnatural, massive response to just some kids lighting off fireworks and getting in fights. And some people took to X and TikTok and claimed that they did see massive 8 to 10 foot tall beings at the Bayside Mall. I was at the Miami Mall yesterday and the government is lying. There were no kids fighting. Everyone started panicking because these gray creatures were walking around. They didn't make any noises or sounds, but stared and watched you move. There has been some counter responses to this. This person posted, "I've called several stores at the Miami Bayside Mall and spoken to different employees. Everyone has reported that it was just a big fight and that sticks were involved, no aliens yet." I'll play part of this testimony of someone who claims that they were there and saw this massive shadowy alien being, and then we'll look at some footage from a helicopter of what people are claiming is this actual massive entity.
We had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So it's like crazy. Like we just see all these people running, like old ladies. Like I'm talking about moving. You know what I'm saying? Like old people even move. I'm talking about moving. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots, like these dudes start firing at this. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to detain these people, whatever. But me and my girl, we ended up just sliding past all that and everything like that. But a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying, like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode.
What is strange about this whole event is that we've not seen any security camera footage or any police body cam footage or any footage of police arresting these supposed teens that were causing all this problem. It's strange to have that massive of a response and not have any footage from the ground of what actually was taking place. Now let's take a look at what people are claiming is this massive creature walking around outside the Bayside Mall. These are the videos that everyone is referencing, and it does look kind of strange. The quality of the footage isn't that good, but it looks like a massive thing walking around. It definitely doesn't look like a human of any sort. If you look at it in comparison to the police cars, it almost looks larger than one of these police cars if it was laid horizontal. More people have come out and started giving their testimony to what they saw at this event. This video that's playing now on screen, I'm not going to play because there was kind of annoying loud rap music in the background, but the person's claiming he saw massive shadowy figures within the mall, and it was just a massive being, and everybody started freaking out, and that's why everyone started running. I'll play another quick clip of a testimony, and then we'll get into what may be the most important aspect of this whole thing that you're absolutely not going to hear on the mainstream media.
Man, what's up, y'all? I'm here to set the record straight, man. Like, I literally have been getting interrogated by the Miami Police Department for days, my dude. Look at me. It is really aliens. It's really aliens. And I cannot believe that the Miami Police Department is really gonna try to make it seem like they had all those police cars and stuff out there over some kids fighting, y'all.
Now, this story has gone absolutely viral, and at the exact same time, a Cat Williams interview has absolutely gone insanely viral as well. These seem to be the two main stories that are completely dominating the topics of everyone's conversation right now. And what's important to know about that, and what you'll definitely not hear on the mainstream media, is that at the same time that these stories broke and everyone's talking about it, the Epstein client list came out. This is something that we didn't know would even come out. When Jeffrey Epstein got arrested, we knew that he had all these different people who were tied and linked to him, and the court for some reason wasn't releasing these people. Well, we know why, because they're bought and paid for and people are blackmailed, and there's a lot of shady things going on behind the scenes. But some people who are on that list, and the main one that's come out so far is Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, other politicians like Bill Richardson, Stephen Hawking, and a lot of other actors and politicians. Anytime there's a massive breaking viral story or multiple ones at the same time, it's important to look at what other stories may be being covered up. We know the mainstream media is completely bought and paid for, so they can fabricate stories or blow up multiple ones to try and cover up ones that they don't want them and their buddies to get in trouble for. Anytime there's a huge viral story that's breaking out or multiple ones at the same time, it's important to look at what other stories may be being covered up. To bring this back to the story in Miami, anytime there's something supernatural or paranormal, there's only two lenses that we can look at this through. It's either God and his hierarchy and his forces, or Satan and his hierarchy and his forces at work. Ephesians 6:12 tells us, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." So what was this event exactly? Kids fighting and setting off fireworks that prompted one of the largest police responses that we've seen in a very long time? Was it, along with the Cat Williams interview, a distraction from the list coming out and people talking about that? Or did massive 8 to 10 foot tall beings break into our reality from theirs, told to us through Ephesians 6:12 and other places in the Bible, and wreak havoc on this place and cause fear in masses of people? Personally, it's not making sense to me that this was the response for some kids lighting off fireworks and getting in a fight at a mall, but I'll let you look at the evidence and decide. I hope and pray you're well. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
So, since nobody's gonna talk about it, I figured, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was down in Miami for the New Year's, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I got a little timeshare. We was down there on a mini vacay, just to start the New Year's off right. So anyway, we happened to be at that mall. So we had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, yo, we about to get up out of here, because I originally thought that they were shooting. You know what I'm saying? I thought, some type of gunfight had broke out, whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my blick. So you know what I'm saying? We about to swerve. Next thing I know, it's like crazy. Like, we just see all these people running, like fat chicks, old ladies, like I'm talking about moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, old people even move. I'm talking about moving. So my girl, she like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that, we out. Like, I'm not gonna ask no questions, we just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, I look back, no cap, yo, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to like detain these people, whatever. But you know, me and my girl, we ended up just, you know, sliding past all that and everything like that. But you know, a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode. But for real,
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami.
What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck is that?
My name is Fitz. I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family, and we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what happened, we all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, and our whole family's processing it, but I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, my sister and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew, and then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store just running out in a direction. So as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd. And then about a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blankie, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we looked behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew. All of us stopped in our track. A whole bunch of people were pointing at it. There were other people running. There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever. It looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, I was about 20 feet away, because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And, they're tall. So we all just looked at them. They were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly observing us. It was sentient, right? Or whatever. I don't know, but it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd, and then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, it started almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, you know, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Because like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on World Star or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different. Because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family? That was my first number one priority. So if you don't believe me, I get it. You know, it's fine. Like, it is silly. I'm sure that someone had footage from that night. If you did, please contact me just so that, you know, we actually have it. So anyways, as soon as the creature started moving, we all just jetted out there. We ran out the front doors. And, you know, obviously, like, we see a whole sea of cop cars, mad cop cars, where other ones were coming in. And we ran with our nephew, and then, you know, a cop stopped us. You know, they took us to a bit of a safer area behind the cars. And they asked us what we saw. And we told them what we saw. You know, they wrote it down, and they asked everybody to check their phones. Not everybody, because there was mad people like running away too, right? They couldn't get everyone. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna post a video. But yeah, they looked through everyone's phone. I didn't record anything, so I was fine. None of us recorded anything, so we were basically free to go. But in the distance, you could still see, like, you know, I didn't see the beings come out the door, right? But you could see on the side of the building, kind of like that clip that everyone's seeing, that it was slowly walking. And it was like, it wasn't cloaking or glitching or whatever. It was walking. So I don't know if it seemed more like it was an interdimensional thing. Someone's coming into our dimension or whatever, a bunch of them. And I think, you know, that it was just interesting, the police response, because it was a whole bunch of them. This ain't for no teenagers. No, this was for something way bigger. And it almost seemed like the cops had like a already made strategy for it, because they surrounded one of the beings with like all their police cars. They blared it up even louder because you could hear that it was louder. Maybe as an attempt to like distract it or let it know like, hey, you don't belong here, right? And you know, they were trying to like slowly move alongside with it. But I didn't see anything else after that, because me and my family, we got out of there. We went into our car, we went home. Because, you know, we had our nephew with us, and we went to make sure, like, you know, he was okay. So I'm still kind of like processing everything. Like, it's weird, but at the same time, I'm glad that we weren't alone in seeing it, because like it was a whole bunch of us that saw it. And it feels kind of like, you know, you're part of something like really big. But at the same time, it's confusing, because like you want to kind of like show people. Like, I wish I took a video, man, like, because people are gonna probably think I'm crazy, right? But yeah, I'm left with more questions. Like, we were all kind of left with more questions than anything else. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's aliens. I know everybody's saying it's aliens. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I saw something come in through like a weird glitchy, maybe a portal or whatever. And it was like they were pretty tall. You could see some facial. It was they were very dark, like and shiny, but I can't tell if it was like a wet shiny or like a metallic shiny. And yeah, and you know, long limbs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, long limbs, long fingers. they were definitely humanoid in shape, and shadowy. But maybe that shadowiness was like from a glitch or whatever, like whatever cloaking maybe they had like fell off. But yeah, it felt like something was coming into our world or whatever. Like a fucking Stranger Things episode. But it was crazy, man. Like,
Wait. Yo, what is that?
Bayside Mall in Miami on New Year's Day, and we saw what really happened. So we were basically just walking around the mall, quiet, normal, and then I saw this, it was like a scaly snake kind of person. I thought it was a person in a suit, and they had a big hairy chest, but they were coming out of Lane Bryant, so I was like, well, it must be one of the customers or whatever, so I ain't paying no attention. So next thing you know, we just keep going about our business. About 30 seconds later, we hear a scream. So I saw it. I was at Bayside Marketplace on New Year's Day with my daughter, my 2 grandkids. We were just minding our business, walking in the mall, quiet. Everything was just kind of normal, regular. And I saw this, I don't know if it was 6 feet tall. 8 feet tall. It might have been like 6, 7 feet, 6.5, 7 feet tall person, I thought, at the time. And they were just all dark. I just kind of glanced because you can see them because they were kind of standing above the rest of the people. And the creature was big, like kind of heavy set with muscles or fat, or I don't know. But they were coming out of Lane Bryant, so I ain't thinking nothing about it. So I just kept on minding my business. And then 30 seconds later, like 30 seconds, you can hear, ah, somebody screaming. So we looking around, and then a bunch of people start screaming. A bunch of people start running. And I didn't know what to do. So, part of me wanted to run, but another part of me wanted to see what they were running from. Because, A, is it worth me running? Because I am not all the way in shape. And B, what's going on? So I went to go investigate. And so I started walking the opposite direction. I'm like, move. Telling people, whoa, what y'all doing? What is going on? Are y'all crazy or something? So needless to say, but then I saw another one, and this one was kind of short and wider, and it had like a mask over its, not a mask, but like something over its head, but looked like a shield or something over it. And people were running. And I'm trying to see, like, well, wait a minute. Didn't they come through the front door? Wouldn't all this panic and pandemonium happen when they first came through the door? How did they just pop out of nowhere? What's going on? I have all these questions going in my mind. I'm a Sagittarius, so I think things. So I'm like, logically, this got to be some people in costumes. But then I heard like a sound coming from the taller one. And so I grabbed my grandbabies and we took the fuck off. We took off running. So by the time we got up at the mall, the police were out there like, get down. And so we just kind of ducking, like running, like, what you mean get down? And next thing you know, they started like firing over our heads. So I turned around like, what the? Come to find out that thing was right behind us. and there were police like lined up and down the road. I didn't hear the helicopter that people were talking about, but it was hella police out there. Please believe. But we couldn't get out of the parking lot because cars were like lined up, everybody trying to leave. So we ended up going to this restaurant across the street, and you know, we went over there and ate, and I literally just made this whole story up. Everything I just said is a lie. But we did leave the restaurant and go back to the mall, and I can tell you what we saw if y'all want a part 2.